guys, it's Jacob from StringBuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being the music journalism site, links are in the description down below. And we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's the latest track by Michael Kiwanuka, and that's Cold Little Heart. So I'm going to refer to the original article as I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. So I'm actually a big fan of Michael Kiwanuka, and yet this is the first review I am actually doing of his music here at StringBuzz, both on the YouTube channel as well as on the website. I know this album came out a little bit ago now, but we got a brand new music video to go along with the main track, this track, so why not give it a little look and see what I really thought of it. Well, I actually thought it was pretty good, and although it's not a track I see me revisiting many times in the future, I certainly had fun listening to it, and I found it very relaxing actually. Michael always manages to create very soothing and soulful tracks, adding flair into your typical acoustic folk ballad, flair that we don't often see in the genre. His voice definitely is the driving force though, and he does continue to show an exceptional set of pipes on this record. My only problem really is that he does tend to dramatize notes in the same way. There are particular words and phrases that he seems to sing almost identically each time around, and I know that's a very snide comment, but I just feel that as if I'm sort of re-listening to the same song every now and then, and that's just down to certain sequences being similarly reproduced, both in the notation as well as I've already said, the dramatization of each lyric. Production-wise, I think the producer/producers did a really great job with this one, and it takes a certain level head to really hold down all these different timbres into one sustainable mix. We had strings that glistened in the foreground, opening the track up very well with a huge scope and in awe, to be honest with you. We had an acoustic guitar that kept its very rustic and twangy tone, driving the mid-ground in a subtle yet noticeable fashion, often petering into that foreground as the song really developed. We had percussion that never really swamped the mix and complemented the bass in the low ground whilst adding some pulse into that driving mid-ground, as I've already mentioned. We even had an overdriven electric guitar in this mix, which was often panned quite far left, but it never left the stereo field wide open or anything like that. It only furthered this very laid back and relaxing texture. It added an almost bluesy flavour into the mix. It all sounded great, and dynamically it was just as intended as it was written. Everything sounded organic and crisp. Even Michael's vocals had been left largely untampered with here and untouched, and that only added to the very earthy feel of the track. When it comes to the musicality of this track, there are some bits that are better than others for me, but for the most part I enjoyed what was on offer throughout the runtime. I think Michael puts in an excellent vocal performance with some really impressive notes being hit, which only further capitalised on his excellent natural tone of voice. I also thought the amount of decoration was staggering on this track, with each verse being littered with gorgeous little jingles in the background, both being played on electric and acoustic guitar, often in strings as well. My only real problem was that it dragged a bit too much for my liking. The progressions are a little bit slow, and I think this song lacked that big transition to make all the development really worth it, as the song for a large part is just developing and growing. I don't have a problem with slower tempos per se, but I just felt that this one needed cutting up a little bit somewhere just to really, like I said, just make all that development worth it. Other than that, I think fans will love this track, and it only adds to what Michael has already been establishing in his small but proficient discography. Lyrically, the track is emotional, personal, and very natural. Goes with the natural sort of mixing here. Nothing sounded forced, and I liked all the themes and how fleshed out and diverse they all were, and it felt like he was talking to me on a personal basis, which is how you want to feel when you're listening to a folk type track. So all in all, a solid track that I think fans will enjoy and casual listeners will also get into without a single problem. So I gave it a G rating of 7 out of 10, which is well above average. So if you like this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye bye.